back to like linebackers, you have some interesting things like a guy that was injured all last year, but was a really exciting transfer in Juwan Mitchell at linebacker. You had to basically have Jeremy Banks shoulder everything at linebacker this last year, and he did an admirable job. You got a lot better in the last year. Jeremy Banks did. Um, he he kind of improved in not being so sporadic and not making a lot of foolish mistakes. He was a guy that was like good for a terrible late hit at least once every other game. He was one of those guys, just couldn't get it in his head to not make dumb plays like that, and he got better at that. So you have an improved player in Jeremy Banks already there. And Juwan Mitchell, who was supposed to be a really good transfer, ended up really not playing last year. And there was kind of some thoughts that he might transfer again. He came from Texas to Tennessee, and then there were thoughts that he might even go from Tennessee. But it appears that he's staying, and he will also be playing. And so you look at the defense, you lost Alontae Taylor, too, at defensive back. That's a rough loss, but you did just get yesterday or the day before, you actually got a transfer coming in to Tennessee, Wesley Walker, who he's coming from Georgia Tech. And so that's nice just to have reinforcements. I don't think you're going to replace kind of your star guy with a transfer from Georgia Tech necessarily, but I think they're doing everything that they can. I mentioned it, and I think this will end up being a separate video from what we just talked about previously, but Tennessee supposedly is self-imposing scholarship reductions at the moment, and it just puts a whole just a squash on a ton of stuff you would like to do right now. If that is the case, if that is true, it's an unconfirmed report, but if that is true, it really makes all of that tough. And I mean, the defense, you just need dudes. You need warm bodies, and you're not really getting them during this offseason. It scares me a little bit. I'll be totally honest. It scares me a little bit.